So today I've got a video about the equestrian community that's south of the Tennessee River. This section of land was farmland last year and the year before. However, it has now been broken up into 5-acre parcels and sold for equestrian home sites. So the idea is to have room to have horses and other animals, I suppose, but they're 5 acres. And they're on the Tennessee River. Notice here's the first house that was built. It's been built for over a year, maybe a year and a half, 2 years at this point. And it's very interesting that you look at these and there does not seem to be a waterfront to them. There's a big stand of trees between the house and the river. There's some other parcels here that may or may not have been sold at this point in time. However, again, doesn't seem to be any water access. The second parcel that was sold is in the far field there. We're coming around to it. And it's under construction. The house has not been built. The foundation's there, as you'll see in a moment. But again, there does not seem to be a waterfront connection, and maybe there can't be. I'm not sure what the TVA regulations are for something like that. But anyway, nevertheless, you can see the mountains of Huntsville there in the background. You can see the towers out on Redstone Arsenal, the test towers and what have you. And then coming up here momentarily, well, first of all, you can see some of the mountains over across the river. Green Mountain is over there. We'll see it better here in a few minutes. But here's the second home site is currently being built, and there's a road seems to come down toward the water, but I don't see any evidence of a dock or anything like that where they can actually get in the water. Maybe upcoming. But anyway, this parcel of land is a long stretch. You can see the driveway coming in from the highway over there. Not the highway, the roadway, the paved road that goes down. That's actually McCutcheon Loop Road, if you know where that is. And it circles around. So here's the home site. It's a fairly large home. Seems to be a little bit odd shaped. It's got a kind of a hole in the middle of it, which I assume is some kind of garden or something. But or maybe they're going to put a indoor pool there and put a roof over it. I'm not sure. But anyway, you can see looks like a garage on this end of it maybe. And then the house is laid out in a big circle, basically. And then the interesting that there's water, lots of water right there. I don't know if they dug that pond on purpose or whether that was a natural pond. I don't remember seeing that before. I have flown over this area in the past, but you can see it's a fairly large house. And they are actively working on it. And as I said, you can see the long driveway coming in from the McCutcheon Loop Road, and a fairly large pond. Probably could have some fish in there. You can still see the lines from where this was a field, agriculture field recently, like a year ago, and there's still crop rows showing where the grass or whatever is growing at this point. And now we're going to turn around and head south, but you can see there's several 5-acre parcels along this road. Have not seen any indication that they're going to sell the other side of the road at this point. It's still actually it's planted in corn right now. And then you can see there's several 5-acre parcels going south. And we'll pass back over that the first house was built. And if you look closely, you'll see some horses. He has actually put up a fence, maybe an electric fence or a barbed wire fence or something like that. And there's several horses roaming around out there. Now we're headed south, and in the distance is what they call Coffee Bluff. Hobbs Island, by the way, is right across the river. You can see it over there. And again, there's a better view of the first house that was built on this section of land. And there's Green Mountain on the other side of the river. And there we have started heading back. That's Hobbs Island there to the right top. Across the river there, the white area is actually a place where they bring in sand from somewhere on a barge and dump it there, and then load it in trucks and haul it. They sell it in the Huntsville area. And now we're headed back. There you go. There's a better view of the sand quarry, I guess you'd call it. Not really a quarry, but and Hobbs Island. Now we're coming back towards toward that equestrian community. There's a really good view of Hobbs Island. And just enjoy the scenery, and we're headed back toward the landing. Decided to have a little fun flying over the corn, as you'll see here in a moment. Kick the copter in sport mode. In sport mode, it'll fly, I think it's close to 40 miles an hour or a little better. But I'm not sure in the sport mode yet, but I will be here shortly. Watching for the power lines coming up. I'll lift up a little bit and get over them. It's not a fun day to fly into a power line. And then I'll bring it back down and shift into sport mode and fly over my vehicle there and out over the cornfield. Here we go, some low level flying. I normally operate the copter in what's called cinematic mode, which slows it way down, makes it turn slower and fly slower, and it has collision avoidance. When it goes in sport mode, it doubles the flight speed. All the controls are more responsive, and it turns off all the collision avoidance sensors. So you have to be very careful when you're flying in this mode. And we're going to turn around and head back. And there we go. We're down. We're only a few feet off the cornfield.